Well, hi, thanks for speaking with me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the film. So to start out, how did you become involved in it?
I just this script was sent to me, and I think I just sent a tape. We filmed this 2 years ago, so I'm trying to remember.
Oh, it's been a while then, yeah.
I sent in a tape. Upon reading the script, I really enjoyed it. I felt like you know, what really drew me to it was the kind of like psychological thriller aspect, but also the very important topics that they're tackling in this movie. Um, and the heart of the story, which is Nico and his mom, and their experience. So I think the story was really important, and I really wanted to be a part of telling it. And I met with Augie. We met at a Starbucks, I'm pretty sure, and we kind of hit it off. And he was great, and you could tell he was just so excited and so passionate about this film. And yeah, I was sold.
Okay. Well, you answered my next question, which was I was going to ask you what about it. So, what part of the character did you have the easiest time connecting with?
Um, well, Lauren, she's a teenage girl, so I have been a teenage girl as well. I've gotten in fights with my mom and all of that. And I think what's interesting about Lauren is that she comes from a very wealthy family, and she very much lives in her little bubble of privilege, white privilege. And so I think that was kind of interesting to dive into, um, and to kind of explore what it's like when your eyes are opened to what else is going on in the world, and that not everything is sunshine and rainbows, and that people have real problems, and the whole world doesn't revolve around you. And I
Mhm.
think we all have that moment growing up, or those several moments growing up, where your horizons are expanding, and you realize that there's so much more in the world outside of your little bubble that you grew up in. So I think that's really special, and it was fun to explore that, Lauren's relationship with Nico and how that kind of opens her up. So
Was there any part of her you had a hard time connecting with that you had to kind of work harder at, I guess?
um no, I don't think I had a hard time with Lauren. There may have been moments or scenes that took a little bit extra work, but no, I felt really comfortable with Lauren and the story. And our director Augie was so great, and had a very specific vision, and he was a great leader, and really wanted us to play around too. Like he really wanted us to improv and add our own kind of spin to things, and give him our ideas about things. So that was a really fun collaborative process, and really made me feel free to play Lauren however I saw fit. So
Does it make it easier to do that with such a small cast when you don't have as many extras and everybody else running around? Because you guys had pretty much the family and a couple cops here and there, and that was about it. So,
yeah, I think that's it is really fun when you do a movie like that, where it feels very intimate, and on set it's very intimate. We had a pretty small crew and a small cast, and we were on the same set for most of the days. And we've shot for 3 weeks, kind of like guerrilla style, very ambitious shoot in LA. So it felt like almost like summer camp, or like a group project we were all working on. And I got to know everybody's names. Sometimes you don't, when there's such a big crew, you don't always get to like interact with people, but like everybody knew each other and checked in on each other. And even those hard days or hard moments, we were all kind of in it together. And I think that made it really special. And also I think made the performances better too, because when you're in such an intimate headspace and an intimate environment, it can really bring out the most amazing raw moments.
well, that makes sense. Oh, can you talk about working with Ezekiel?
Yeah. Ezekiel's so great. I mean, this is his first feature film, and he really knocked it out of the park. I'm so happy for him. This was a beautiful, perfect debut for him.
Mhm.
Especially the story is so personal to him as well. I was just happy to like experience that with him and be there for that. He was a great scene partner. And I think we really meshed well. Our styles of acting really meshed well, because we're both very much, we wanted to keep things super grounded and organic, and kind of playful, and not too, I don't know, like, because the tone of the movie is so suspenseful and dramatic, but we really all the cast kept the dialogue and everything very raw and slice of life, and I loved that. So yeah, he's
Because
great.
I was gonna say, because it was though so serious, did you find yourselves though at all in between kind of trying to lighten the mood, or did you really the whole time just try not to, I guess?
I don't know, my my process for that is kind of different every time. Like when I have like hard or difficult scenes, sometimes I need to, in between takes, get out of it, and sometimes I need to stay in it. It changes every time, so I don't really have. I need to figure that out, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever
That
I
makes
feel.
sense. Now you talked about opening your eyes to, the parts of the character and everything, but did you learn anything about yourself? I mean, is there anything about yourself either that changed or just you didn't realize anything like that after having played this in particular?
Well, I think I think in telling a story like this, I learned a lot about what the experience um is like for people who are undocumented immigrants. I don't think I really, had looked too far into it before, which is a very privileged thing of me. But that's interesting because Lauren's learning at the same time as I am, and I had to do some more research, and I wanted to really know what I was doing and what I was talking about, even though Lauren doesn't. I wanted to feel more informed, and it encouraged me to get more informed. So I feel like that's what I learned. Yeah, and that was special, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful to be a part of telling this story that's so important.
Do you have a favorite scene that you can talk about without spoiling too much?
I feel like most of my favorite scenes in the film are between Nico and Anna. The mother-son relationship that they portray, that Vanessa and Ezekiel portray, they just do such a good job, and those are just the most like heart-wrenching moments of the film. Um, there's one at the very end of the film that's beautiful, that gives away too much, but yeah, all of their scenes are my favorite.
Is there anything else that you talk about connecting with her, but was there anything at all though that you found challenging, or was it all pretty good?
Oh, no, I think it was a beautiful experience. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's always difficult when you have a small budget and you're rushing to
Yeah.
get things done, or you have hard days where you got to make your day, and or you got people clashing or whatever. But it was honestly like a great experience. It was beautiful, and it's a great story. So I'm so happy that we're able to release it now, because that was 2 years ago. So I'm really excited.
It's hard when it's a while and you get to talk about it, which is nice, right?
I know that's the hardest part, is the waiting. So I'm
Yeah.
getting better at that. I'm getting more patient, but
All right. Well, there, you learned that about yourself. All
yeah.
right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Like I said, I did enjoy the film a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks
Have
for
a good
watching.
day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.